Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. My name is Julian, and this is the final episode of the 2022-2023 season content for you guys. This is the weekend ads video, guys, and these are players that you can add this weekend to make sure that you win this week and secure that fantasy hockey trophy. Before we get started with this video, guys, I want to thank you all for watching my videos all year long. I really do appreciate the support, and I hope that you come by next year and continue to support me as I continue to grow this channel. Thank you so much, guys. And without further ado, let's jump into the content for today. And as usual, guys, we're going to start with the schedule for the weekend this weekend. And as you can see here, guys, Saturday and Sunday there are no games. Thursday there are 15 games, and Friday there are 2. So basically, guys, every single team in the NHL plays on Thursday except for the Calgary Flames and the New York Islanders. So in all likelihood, your lineup's going to be completely full on Thursday, while you're going to have a whole lot of room on Friday. But if you do have guys like Pulock or Dobson or Rasmus Sanders in your lineup, maybe you do have room for a defenseman or something on Thursday. If you do, definitely don't worry, I got you in this video, and I'm still going to be talking about players who play on Thursday, because actually every player that plays on Thursday also plays on Friday. So if you're picking up someone for Friday, you're pretty much picking them up for Thursday anyway. Now, guys, there are 4 teams that play on Friday: Buffalo, Colorado, Columbus, and Nashville. Those 4 teams also play on Thursday. So if you grab someone from these teams, you'll be able to fit them on Friday, and then also on Thursday if for some reason you have room. Now, the number one guy that I would grab is Casey Middlestat of the Buffalo Sabres, playing on the top line between Jeff Skinner and Alex Tuch, and he's been absolutely killing it lately. Yes, the Sabres are now out of playoff contention, unfortunately, with that loss in New Jersey. However, I still see Middlestat, wanting to get a lot of points this year and really pump up his statistics and show that he deserves to be on this team and deserves a top 6 role next year. Dylan Cousins is another good ad. Plays on the second line with Tage Thompson as well as a top power play. Cousins has been doing decently well lately, and with that deployment, definitely a good ad for you for Friday. Then JT Compher, 48% rostered, second line center right now with Valeri Nichushkin. Not a bad deployment for him, and he has been putting up points lately. Don't mind that. Arturi Lehkonen, if he comes back. He's still injured as of this recording. However, if they announce that he's going to be coming back on Thursday and will also be playing on Friday, then Lehkonen is definitely a decent ad for you. Evan Rodriguez, as of right now, playing on the top line with McKinnon and with Rantanen. But if Lehkonen comes back, I would watch and see where Rodriguez gets moved to. If he gets moved down to the second or third line, he loses a lot of value. Then Thomas Novak of the Nashville Predators is on the top line there, and he's not doing that great over the last 3 games, but he's the type of guy that can explode at any time. So definitely grab him, cross your fingers, and then hope that he puts out a few points for you. Sean Kuraly is another guy right now that he's usually a 4th liner, has come back from injury pretty recently, and is actually on the top line right now because Boone Jenner's out for the year. So he's playing with Johnny Gaudreau on that top line, which is definitely not bad, and he's not doing half bad right now. So definitely not the worst pickup right now. Then I would go with Luke Evangelista, who is playing on that top line with Novak in Nashville. Now, Nashville is out of playoff contention, but Evangelista and Novak are rookies, are definitely going to want to show what they're made of, and hopefully they can explode for you, because these are the types of guys that go quiet for a few games and then have an absolutely explosive game. So hopefully he can do that on Friday. And then Dennis Mulligan of the Colorado Avalanche, and as long as Lehkonen is out of the lineup, Mulligan should maintain a spot on that second line in Colorado with Compher and Nichushkin, and therefore has some value. Philip Tomasino on the second line in Nashville. He's been doing okay. Jordan Greenway is playing with Tage Thompson and Cousins on that second line in Buffalo. He hasn't been that amazing, but the deployment is really good. Kirill Marchenko is playing on the top line with Gaudreau. That's a pretty good deployment for him. Obviously, he hasn't been that amazing, but cross your fingers, hope he puts up a point or 2. And then Jack Quinn and JD Piroka, third liners in Buffalo. They haven't been too bad lately. And if you're desperate, they are also options. If you need a defenseman, because maybe you actually have room on Thursday for a defenseman, that's pretty good, because then you get 2 games out of a defenseman. So these are the best guys you could scoop up. Bowen Byram of the Colorado Avalanche getting second power play time and has been doing pretty well. Tyson Barrie, top power play time in Nashville because Yossi is still out of the lineup. Samuel Girard, who has not been bad at all lately, putting up points, some okay peripherals. Owen Power is someone who's been putting up points lately. Just don't expect any peripherals. Cross your fingers and hope that he scores some points for you. Then Matthias Samuelsson, someone who's been giving you a pretty safe floor with, blocks, shots, and hits. He doesn't do any of those things that much, but between those three things together, the floor is definitely there. And he even scored a goal the other night, so he's definitely not a bad option. Adam Boquist is still top power play in Columbus, has not done anything at all as of late. So you really do have to cross your fingers if you're picking him up and just pray that Columbus's power play decides to actually score a goal or two. Ryan McDonough of the Nashville Predators, he's there mostly for blocks, does a little bit of other stuff, but not a whole lot. The floor is mostly there for him with blocks. Same thing with Andrew Peeke, great with blocks. Unfortunately, the plus-minus has been terrible all year with him. That's why he's below McDonough on this list. Then Eric Johnson got a little bit of a floor, kind of like Matthias Samuelsson, getting you a little bit of everything. Shots, blocks, and hits. Nothing too crazy, but if you are in need of a defenseman and all the guys above him on this list are taken, and you have room for a defenseman for 2 days for both Thursday and Friday, Eric Johnson is not a terrible ad if you do need peripherals like hits and blocks. Jumping into goalies now and streamers, guys, for Friday, the number one guy to grab is Devon Levi. Now, if Craig Anderson is healthy, I imagine he's going to get the game on Thursday against the Ottawa Senators. That's probably going to end his career, guys, and it makes sense for him to go out against his former team. It would just be a great way for him to end his career. Because of that, if he is healthy to play, I do think Devon Levi is going to get the game on Friday against the terrible Columbus Blue Jackets. Definitely a good streamer there. Pavel Francouz against the not very good Nashville Predators. He's probably going to get the easier of the two games, so I would imagine that he gets that game against Nashville. Good streamer there. And then Kevin Lankinen, if he does get that game, I'm not 100% convinced he will, would get Colorado. And it's going to be a bit of a tough game for him, but if the two goalies I mentioned above him are either not starting or already taken, Lankinen, you can take a shot in the dark at him if he gets confirmed. And then finally, Michael Hutchinson or John Gillies or even Elvis Merzlikins, if he's healthy, is going to get the start against Buffalo. Obviously, Columbus is tanking. They're not very good, and they want to finish last place, so I wouldn't be too optimistic that they're going to win this game. But again, if you are super desperate and you need a goalie start, go for it. Jumping into the categories league section of the video, guys, and if I'm being perfectly honest, there aren't that great of ads for any of the categories, unfortunately, because there really are only 4 teams that play on Friday, so the options are limited. The number one guy to add for shots on goal is Evan Rodriguez, who shoots 2.7 times per game, Cousins 2.6, Lehkonen 2.3 if he's healthy, Evangelista 2.3, Marchenko 2.2, Okposo 2.0, and then Comfort 1.9, and Glass and Trennan 1.8. If you need blocks, the number one guy to add is Andrew Peeke. If you can get him in 2 games, he'll get you probably around 5 blocks, which is not bad. Ryan McDonough 2.3, Goodbranson 2.0, Samuelsson 1.7, Fabro 1.6, and Gerard 1.6 as well. If you need hits, the number one guy to grab is Kiefer Sherwood, who hits 3.4 times per game, Corrali 2.6, McCarron 2.4, Peeke 2.3, Trennan 2.2, and Sissons 2.0. As you can see, the numbers are not very high. If you need face-off wins, the number one guy to add for Friday is JT Compher, who wins just about 10 face-offs per game, which is really, really good. Corrali 8.0, Sissons 7.1, Cousins 7.0, Cody Glass 5.1, has been winning more lately though. Jack Roslovic 5.1, and Thomas Novak 3.5. I would not be picking up Novak specifically for faceoffs, but if you're picking him up for points and hoping to get a few faceoffs out of it as well, Novak is not a terrible option. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video, and I really do appreciate you watching my channel all year long, supporting me all throughout the year. I just wanted to express my thanks to you guys, and I hope that you guys will watch my channel again next year. Now, obviously, this is my last video of the regular season, but I will be posting videos like I have in the past seasons about a playoff pool that I'll be releasing. So if anybody wants to join that, stay tuned for that, because it should be a lot of fun. Once again, guys, I want to thank you for all the support that you've given me all year long. Make the right move, guys. Take home that fantasy trophy and win your league. I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.